Escape me.
Yo, I know that I normally have a green screen for my videos, but I'm actually all the way in California right now visiting the HyperX offices. Like, look at this place. It's crazy. There's lights all up through here. There's all the esports jerseys. There's like a billion computers everywhere. And yeah, so today and tomorrow we're going to be doing my videos from here. But regardless, guys, let's get into the actual video and discussion. I know that whenever I made that video explaining my main problem with Legion so far for like the PvP system and the artifact rewards and all that stuff, you guys really resonated with what I had to say. So I thought that we could kind of flip the script there and also do something that's a little bit more positive and on a positive note as opposed to just pointing out the flaws. I think that that is one of my jobs, but I also would love to point out the pros. And with that comes a few things. Now, the very first thing that I would like to talk about in this like list of three different favorite things in Legion would really come down to the flow of content. So I've played through every single expansion in the game. So I played since 2004. I played all through BC, all through Vanilla, all through Wrath of the Lich King, Kata, Mop, WoD, and then now Legion, right? So with that, I feel like there really hasn't been as much promise and as much hype for the consistent flow of content until now in Legion. And I think that, again, with Warlords of Draenor, it had an awesome release. Launch came out, it was really, really fun, kind of like how it is now. But the thing is like, there really wasn't any follow-up. There wasn't any content to come after the launch came out that really like hyped people up and got people excited to really grind up their gear, grind up that honor, you know, do those PvP things. And just like looking right now, like in my actual game, like I have these world quests to do, which are a new thing in Legion, and these are really fun because they give me something to do every day. And I think that that's important. They give me something to work for, give me something to mess around with. I can log in and just finish my world quest, and it doesn't feel like daily quests because I hated daily quests. I never enjoyed them. They were the same thing every single day, and they really, really bored me. But with world quests, since there's like different ones that spawn, and then there's the emissaries, which are at random, and there's just like a lot of different stuff to do in the game. And I think that that really speaks to the flow of content, especially since 7.1 is also promising like new raids and all that kind of stuff. I think that there's a lot to do in this game, and especially in Legion, I've really had a fun time exploring all different kinds of content as opposed to just PvP. So that's why I really did want to highlight that because I'm a really big fan of Legion so far. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And my second point that I would like to talk about is actually just the fact that everything seems to be working together. Like you know, you have to do PvE to do PvP, and I know that that's a controversial point because a lot of you guys out there who PvP strictly, since I'm mainly a PvPer, I'd like to speak to this. I know that you guys are very like, I don't want to PvE, I don't want to raid if I want to do arenas, and I totally understand that. But at the same time, like having things to do in the game, having like whether you have to change it up and do the raids or you have to do these mythic dungeons or do the world quest to get PvP gear, I think that having the option and the possibility to do that kind of stuff in order to progress your character to like the highest level possible, because if you're going to be like going for that rank 1, going for that gladiator status, and you have the option to get like a couple pieces of gladiator gear before the game comes out, and you can increase your power just by like a little bit, and I'll go over like full gearing and all that stuff in another video. But like for example, like yesterday I got my vindictive gladiator silk cow, my headpiece for gladiator gear from a world quest, and the arena season is not even out yet. So I think that it's really cool that I have the opportunity to explore different parts of the game and do PvE to get an edge in PvP because I put the work in order to make that happen. And if you think back into Warlords of Draenor, the problem, or like in just previous expansions really, where you know there was an argument that the game was casual, the game just didn't have enough for the hardcore player. And now we have options, we have things to do that give us the possible edge over another player. And I think that that's really, really cool, because if I want to play WoW for 20 hours in a day, I will make sure to do every mythic dungeon, I will do everything possible. I'll do heroics just to maybe get Titan Forge gear. I'll do every world quest, like everything possible in order to get that edge in PvP. Even if it's a slight amount, it's going to help me get to that higher rating. It'll help me get those bigger crits, which might land a kill, whatever it is, guys. And I think that just having that opportunity to really like cater towards the hardcore player while also like you can just log in and do like the bare minimum, and that's totally fine, or you can like take that extra step. And I think that that's really important to keep people engaged with the game who want to be, especially for someone like me who's more of like a hardcore player. Like I play a lot of this game, and I think that I really haven't run out of things to do because of that. And I think that while the controversial point of like having to PvE and PvP, like I totally get it, but I'm personally in favor of that because it keeps people playing the game, which is a good thing. It's better to have too much content than too little. And I know that like with the first point and second point are kind of similar, but they really are different, and they also have different arguments to them. And last but not least, I want to talk about my third point, and that is going to be the entire new PvP system. And I'm going to be doing a video this weekend that's going to explain all of those different features. But regardless, guys, the PvP system compared to previous expansions is way better in my opinion. I feel that the PvP system is good because the developers are able to tune PvP without disrupting raiding or dungeons or whatever that is, and this comes in two different forms. So the first one is going to be the honor talents, which you can see right here. And honor talents are something that you unlock in PvP combat only, and again, I'll go over all these features, but I'm just giving you a little brief overview. But honor talents are something that only unlock in PvP combat, and they help you have extra abilities to use or extra like passive traits. And I think that this overall is really healthy for the game in terms of like the PvP competitiveness. I think that with like the honor leveling system gives people something to like work towards, and then there's obviously like the gearing situation where it makes it all like flat and really more skill based. And I think that overall we're moving in the right direction, guys. I really do feel that way, and I feel that like Blizzard and the developers themselves, I've been able to talk with them, and they've been very ambitious, and that's something that I really didn't believe in a couple years ago. I really didn't have the faith in Blizzard to be able to execute on their game at the level that the community demanded, and this expansion's really taken me towards an optimistic note. I can't say that I'm like in love with absolutely everything about the game. Like there is a couple things like the legendaries, for example, that I'm not really a fan of, and a couple other things that I don't really need to get into, but overall like I'm pretty optimistic about this, and I feel like you guys and the other influencers that I talk to and the developers and everyone that I've been talking to are also very optimistic about this expansion. They're very happy with how this game has been looking so far, and how it's been developing, and how it's like all come together and been a lot of fun. And I think that overall, guys, I'm really excited to continue this expansion, and I would love to hear your thoughts down below. If you would love to leave a comment for me telling me your favorite thing about Legion so far, and I would be happy to read it. It's something that I would love to hear about because, again, I've been having a lot of fun with this game. I've been finding myself playing it every single day, and I cannot wait to see where it goes. So thank you so much for listening to me, guys. I hope you did enjoy my opinions. I know that they're a little controversial, but regardless, thanks for listening, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already for future videos. I'll be doing a bunch of different guides all over the PvP stuff as it comes out, and giving you a bunch of info on all of that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.
Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? That all depends on what you feel.